Good morning. Yes, as you mentioned, court has adjourned quite early today. The last few days we've seen court proceedings going through the day, sitting through tea as well as lunch to get through that evidence of Nomia Ndlovu. She's standing a trial for murder as well as conspiracy to murder, among other charges. Today she completed her evidence, being led by her defense lawyer, explaining the circumstances around the killing of 6 of her loved ones, as well as the alleged hit that she is being accused of planning. She told the court earlier today that she was not feeling well, that she was having some severe chest pains. She had asked for medication, which she was allowed to take, as well as have some water. We took a few recesses to allow her a chance to compose herself. The judge then asked how she was feeling once that defense evidence was concluded, and said that if she was not feeling well, it was unfair on her to be cross-examined at this point, and that he would allow for court to be adjourned, for her to be taken to a doctor, and for a medical examination report to be brought in tomorrow morning, and then a cross-examination will then proceed. So right now, today, we heard from her concluding that defense case, as well as her mother also taking that stand. But right now, proceedings have been concluded for the day and will resume once again tomorrow morning with her back on the stand and being cross-examined by the state prosecutor.
Yeah, we also heard the testimony, the defense from her mother, Ms. Mushwana. Anything significant to come out of that defense? Did she offer anything, stronger grounds for the defense counsel?
So the mother was brought in to, confirm her alibi or her location at the time of her nephew Brilliant's death, which took place in Bushbuck Ridge in 2018. He's one of the 6 people that were killed allegedly, in hits planned by Ndlovu. According to Ndlovu's version of events, she had bumped into Brilliant the day before and traveled with him from Johannesburg to Bushbuck Ridge and then back to Johannesburg, with a boyfriend in the very early hours of the morning. That was her defense that we heard yesterday on the stand when her defense lawyer, led her through that evidence. However, today, when the mother was asked to collaborate whether or not her daughter was in that area in Bushbuck Ridge, at that time, she denied that her daughter was there, whether it was the day before or on the day of Brilliant's death. She said they didn't even speak about Brilliant's death and the circumstances around it because Ndlovu was not there. So the mum basically, giving a very different version of events from the one that Ndlovu brought, to the stand yesterday. Another fact that the mum did bring in her testimony was she is adamant and that her daughter did not plan a hit on her, despite the alleged hitman. In his testimony, we heard a few weeks ago telling the court that he was paid by Ndlovu 2,600 rand to plan a hit on the mum. It did not go through, but according to the mother, she said she did not feel threatened at any time and that her daughter did not plan a hit on her. So those were the evidence coming out from the mum, a frail 80-year-old, who's been outside court the last 2 days waiting to give her testimony, and she traveled back to Bushbuck Ridge today, and so her testimony had to be heard this morning.
All right, Hasina, thank you so much for your update. There was a reporter, Hasina Gori, speaking to us live from the Johannesburg High Court, sitting in Palm Ridge, wherein the case of Nomia Ndlovu has been accused of allegedly murdering her 5 relatives to cash in on insurance policies has been adjourned. And that's a wrap of this morning's edition of the Adjourned.